a new haircut and heavy metal, and I'll be telling you what I've been up to after this. Hello, Andy here, and welcome back to another episode of my vlog where I'm explaining how I'm starting my music career and I'm documenting what I'm doing week by week. So this week's been all about the music. I'm making music, so I need to put my back into it and produce, and that's what I've been doing. I've developed a method where I'm recycling old material fairly quickly, and even though I am staggering releases once a quarter at the moment, or that's the plan at the moment, it's still important that I'm going through the process of making music, honing my production chops, and just having a big catalogue of stuff that I can draw upon. I am putting little clips onto SoundCloud, so you can have a listen to those when you finish watching this. So every week I set myself some tasks, or a task, and last week it was to start looking at submitting music to blogs, magazines, newspapers, Spotify playlists and other curators when I release my first music on Friday the 25th of September. I explained how I was going to do that, and so that's what I did do. And this is the part of being an independent, self-release musician that takes the fun out of everything. Basically, it's good old-fashioned outreach work, lead generation, whatever you want to call it. The idea is I went to Hype Machine, which is a curated list of music blogs, and you can search by genre or country and find a list of those blogs. And that's great. And then so you have to then click on each blog and find the submission guidelines, which is also good. And everybody has their own submission guidelines, which is also good. It's impossible to make a cut and paste, just blast it out kind of press release. And you wouldn't want to. You want to find out what each writer or each blog is trying to do, or what their coverage is, what they're interested in, and only target them. And that seems to be the problem for me, because I'm going for underground house music, and lots of blogs quite rightly say if it's good we'll cover it, but they're not very genre specific. So I have bumped into loads where there's lots and lots of pictures of indie guitar bands. I'm just thinking they are not going to be interested in what I'm doing. So it's long and kind of tedious work, just going through and checking everything and then into a spreadsheet. But I'm used to that kind of work, and I've done it. The alternatives are to use submission sites such as Submit Hub and Human, both of which are paid for services. And as I said last week, a lot of blogs, when you go to them and find their submission page, it actually says we only accept submissions through Submit Hub. So you're going to have to use Submit Hub at some point, and I've researched it. You have to pay a credit per submission, and some blogs charge more than one credit, and a credit, you buy them in blocks. So for $27 you get 30 credits. So if you're paying one credit per submission, then for my $27 I'll be able to submit to 30 blogs, or maybe 20 blogs if some of them are charging slightly more. So I've started my hit list together. What I have found is that generally online needs about 30 days before the release date as a lead time. So that has actually freed up my schedule slightly. I'm not in a mad panic now. If I start to submit using Submit Hub, Human, and just my own emails on the 24th, week commencing 24th of August, and that's a good 30 days lead time for these blogs. I'm not going to be doing print. I mean, some of the magazines aren't printing at the moment anyway because of the pandemic, and I just think for a first single that's pushing it too far, and you're going to need 2 or 3 months for those kind of lead times for print magazines. So when I get round to doing an album next year, that's what I'll be concentrating on. So 30 days is good for now. And bear in mind, if I was to employ a PR company such as Ariel Hyatt Cyber PR, then I'm looking at $1,500 for a campaign for a single release. So with that in mind, yeah, I've freed up my schedule for a bit from this kind of like the more mundane work with spreadsheets and outreach, and I am going to concentrate on music this week. I've basically got now 2.5 weeks to get 2 tracks together and finish them, get them mastered, and make a video. And this is going to be the decider. Video is going to be so important for the kind of music I'm making, to encourage the blogs to cover it, and just for my general word of mouth using Facebook and Instagram. So that is going to take some time. So that's it really, short and sweet for this week. I need to get back to making some music. So if you like what you see, then please tap or link the buttons to subscribe, and you can see the other videos that I've made by tapping and clicking that little box there. And I hope you have a really good week, and I'll see you soon.